another interesting one for the morning. I'm standing on our, brand spanking new air ride trailer. She's a little old, but it's gonna work for what we need to use it for. We bought this trailer last year, and it turned out to be a little rougher shape than we thought. When I started the trip home, it had most of its deck, but now it does not. But that's okay, because really the only parts we need is the main framework right here, and the kingpin, and the axles. And all that's good. All this extra stuff, we don't need that. So, the main plan with it is we're going to put some fertilizer tanks, which are right there. We've got 2 of those, just like that. We're going to set those on this trailer, set it up with a pump. It's going to be our fertilizer trailer. But it's been sitting here, and instead of unhooking one of our other trucks that are hooked up to a grain trailer right now, I'm just going to move it with my tractor. Or at least that's the plan. So I came over here. We're going to pick it up just from the front. But of course the chain that I grabbed, it's missing a hook. Of course it is. Because why wouldn't it be missing a hook? So luckily my cousin's gonna go grab a chain from the gooseneck trailer, so. Me and the boys and Grandpa all got the boards all off the trailer, so we went and borrowed a dump trailer from the neighbor. We're going to load it up and we'll take it down to our burn pile. Okay, so I haven't really explained myself much with this project because we haven't really known what we're going to do yet until like yesterday afternoon. So, I think we finally have a plan put together. At least I hope so, because we got metal ordered now. So, as you know, this trailer is just lovely. Just lovely. But right now, so this is what I did yesterday. I cut everything off this side. I kind of fixed this side pretty good. I like it. And I got to crawl underneath because our shop is just barely long enough. So right now I'm in the process of doing the same thing on this side. So I cut it off where I wanted it to. I'm going to have to cut another chunk to do my angle. And I cut off a section of the rail. But here's the big reason we're cutting everything out is this side rail is bent down. Somebody dropped something on it. So this whole part of the rail is junk. And the next thing is all these cross members are junk. I mean, they're all rotted through. I mean, just barely hanging on there. So we're cutting them all out. We're going to leave the center cross members in. And we ordered a bunch of 3x3 square tubing, and basically we're going to weld those in every other one. So like there'll be one here, skip one, be one here. We're going to weld them in solid in between these main beams. The main beams are structurally good, not a problem with them. The axles, everything back here are good. It was just these sides that were really trashed. And so that's not a huge deal because we really don't need them for anything. So our tanks are 3 feet wide at the bottom. So they'll sit basically here and here, just inside of the main beams. I was hoping they'd sit on the main beams, but we're not that lucky. So we decided to cut everything out. We'll leave the front so it covers the drive tires of the truck. And then that way we can set boxes or hoses or whatever we want. We'll have to get some fenders or just put mud flaps front and back. Maybe a toolbox or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this is what we're going to be left with. Just the tail end for lights. We're going to have the middle and the front deck. But it'll make a lot more sense once we get tanks on this trailer and get it all plumbed. But yeah, this is our project right now, and it's barely fitting in the shop, but the way that the weather's been the last couple days, I'm sure glad we're in the shop because it has been cold and kind of windy. So this is pretty nice. But yeah, we got metal coming. I believe it's going to show up tomorrow, but there's no promises on that. We had to get about 80 foot of that square tubing to cover the trailer. So I think it's going to be way better, way more tough. Come on, Tristan. It's going to be a lot tougher, and will be structurally sound for putting tanks on it. And yeah, it's going to have to be because we plan on putting about 60,000 pounds of fertilizer on it with both tanks being full. So that's the main thought, main idea. You'll see how it ends. I'm hoping we get most of it done in this video. We might have to wait to put tanks on till later on, but that's the idea. So what do you do when your welder lead? We're at the end of our lead, and I just have like just a little bit of the trailer left. It's so close. I've got an idea. Huh? Think about that. I don't need to hook up the ground because it's already grounded. So I think actually there. I think we have connected there. Just set it down very gently. See if it works. The heck of a welder lead right there, huh? Heck. Sure, what the heck? Let's try it. There it is. My God. We actually got metal in today, so that was pretty nice. Tomorrow, one of our neighbors has a bandsaw, so tomorrow we're going to load that up onto the gooseneck and take it over there to cut out all of our pieces. I went through this afternoon and marked everywhere that I wanted a brace, and I measured how long we would need them. Luckily the trailer's square and straight still, so a lot of the measurements the exact same. So I think we're set, ready to go. We're going to go through about 96 feet of square tubing tomorrow. 96 feet. That is insane. But I think it should work good. had to load it up onto the gooseneck and take it over to one of our landlords that I farm for. So he's got a bandsaw. We didn't have one, and that was a lot faster and a lot less noise than a cut-off saw. So I'm heading back now. I'll tell you one thing though, when I was heading that way, you know, there was 24-foot chunks on this 30-foot trailer. Well, 4-foot chunks don't look very impressive on a 30-foot trailer, so it might be a little bit overkill now, but it's alright. I'm my worst judger, or my worst critic, I guess what you call that. So we're heading back to the shop, and we'll get everything welded up today, I think. Well, I think we've got the welding part done for the most part. You know, I still got to weld on steps and a floor in between where the tanks go. And I got to weld on a bracket for mounting the pump. But we got the main stuff done. Well, let me flip the camera around. So what we ended up doing, you can see these square tubing that we put on top of the rail. It's 3x3 square tubing, 1/4 inch thick. So anywhere where it's above the rail is where a tank's going to be. So from there to there is going to be one tank, and then from there back is going to be a tank. Oh, I also got to weld on angle iron so we can make a mud flap or a fender type thing. And then we welded in square tubing underneath the rail, and this is going to be where our floor mounts to. So the whole trailer is braced back up. So I think we should be good. I mean, this thing's way sturdier than it was ever before. Now I just need to cut off existing lights, like this bracket. I don't even know why they have a red light up here, because they're supposed to be orange up here. But I got a whole pile of new lights, and so that's going to be my project, is getting lights wired in, I believe. Well, we've kind of got a mess going on in here still, but I believe I've got all the lighting done. Thankfully, everything to the tail lights and the brake lights was all intact, so I just spliced into it where they had already fixed it once. So I had fixed all their stuff that they did. And then it's kind of hard to tell what this is right now, but we have a piece of rubber. Well, it's right here. Basically a mud flap. And that's going to be our fender. So we have it bolted, and bolted. And then I just put a light there. So let's test it, see if the marker lights work. If you didn't know this already, these little batteries work really good. So I've already got them hooked up to the right spots. Just have to hook this up to power. Okay. Look at that. Light. Hey. We've got lights. Look at that. See, all of our taillights work. I think this one's blown out. Oh, it came back on. These two must need lights. Uh-oh. This one is not on. Either this wire does not have power to it, or I don't have a good ground. This light's on. I think my battery's dying because it was only on one bar. Not as bright as they used to be. But all these lights work. So of course, the white wire on that side was power. So I just figured it was white on this side, but no. Of course, the black wire on this side is power, and that one is white on power. So Just goes to show you gotta double check everything. I mean, if this is the end of the tank, we should, I mean, I'm kind of tall, but I can reach to the middle of the trailer, so should be able to shut off any valves that we have on there. So we're gonna skip the steps, and when we go to mount the pump, we'll just do that when we're plumbing the tanks and everything, so that'll be a little while. But we've got it all scratched up with a wire wheel. It's nothing fancy, but it's scratched up. So the next step is to paint. I gotta take these lights off and tape them or whatever. And then I got some black paint. I've never used a spray gun before, but I guess no time but now to try it, because it's not like this is a beautiful car, you know. It's just a everyday trailer that we just need to cover in black paint. So I'm going to try my hand to spray painting with an air gun. I've got the paint and everything, so it's kind of scratched up. So that's the next steps on this, is getting paint on it. Okay, I think we are finally down to just painting. I got everything taped off, everything covered up that I think we need to. Now, I am not a professional painter. I've always wanted to try and use an actual spray gun. So I bought probably about the cheapest one you can get, you know, the old Harbor Freight special. So, I've never done it before, so I figured this old dirty trailer is the perfect victim for my first time. But I gotta haul some corn first this morning, and then I'm gonna mix up some paint and try and spray something this afternoon. Get this trailer painted. It should, even if it's terrible, it should look better than it is right now, or what it was before we even started. So that's the plan. Well, I think part one is finally done. We got the trailer to a point that we can get it out of the shop. I had to put an airbag on it, had to fix some air issues. But yeah, I think it looks really, really good, honestly. compared to what it was. Looks really good. Obviously it's not done yet. I still need to mount a pump here. I was gonna mount some steps here, but we decided that we can reach the valves from the ground as it is, so instead of wasting steps and building all that, we're just not going to. These are the fenders that we kind of made up for these, just some really thick rubber. So yeah, I need to get it out of the shop so I can get my next project in here. And coincidentally, my next project is going to help me get this out of the shop, so we need to see if it'll even start. But we're going to get this out of the shop, and we'll have to finish up this trailer build later. Obviously we still have to get the tanks on and get them painted, so that will be a later video. But yes, for now this is done for now, but I really have to get this other truck in here, or this other project, which is a truck. I need to get it fixed and done so we can continue on with something else. So like I said, we need a truck for a project. Here's the next project. Got our one-eared donkey. We found some stacks for this truck. Not exactly the correct stacks, but we're gonna make it work. So this hasn't been started actually since harvest, so I kind of have low expectations whether or not. Oh, we got power. Oh, it's actually cranking pretty fast. That's good. I kind of figured we'd lose battery power, but it's still cranking. I would step on the pedal, but it's all electronic in this truck, so I don't think it's going to do me any good. I can smell diesel. Let me get it. Oh. Come on, baby. I'll pump the throttle. We'll see if it helps. Oh. Oh. Come on. Yeah, baby. That's right. Really didn't know. Stepping on the throttle does help. There we go. We gotta line it up. I just gotta get this grain trailer unhooked. So I need to get some railroad ties, get this off down here, and back this thing down. YouTube, there we have it. It's the end of one project and the start of another. So, as you can see, we got a couple of used stacks. But that'll be in the next video, so stay subscribed and keep watching for the next video. I'm sorry this one took so long to get out, but obviously that trailer took me a little while to get all that done. Plus, it's not like I was using it. It's not like I was working on it 24/7, you know. I was only working on it a couple hours of the day. When we were welding, was a little bit longer, but I still had to haul corn and do all that kind of stuff on the side, so yeah. But that project's done. This hat is crusty, so I guess out with Simplot, in with Wesco. We need a freshie. Ooh. Freshies always take a little bit to break in. And you know what? I think it's bush latte time. Yes, sir.